Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Casks-n-Que, where whiskey and barbecue meet. I'm your host, Justin Lloyd, and today we're going to review Stagg Jr. So stick around. All right, folks, glad you're back. Thanks for joining us. Hey, if you don't mind, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, click the bell, go ahead and like us. That really helps out our page a lot. There's a graphic I'm going to throw up right there. It kind of tells you what to do. So if you don't mind, take care of that before we get started. So what we're looking at here is Stagg Jr. It's a highly sought after allocated bourbon, which it used not to be. As a matter of fact, the first bottle I ever found was out in the wild, just sitting on a shelf here in Little Rock, Arkansas. So nowadays it's a little more difficult to come by. This particular bottling, and I'm kind of cheating, I have my notes pulled up here. This one is the batch 13, and the reason I'm just going by the proof because each batch is a different proof. This one is 128.4, which indicates that it would have been bottled in the fall of 2019, which makes that batch 13. So the characteristics that we're looking for on this particular bottle, the tasting notes, according to BuffaloTraceDistillery.com, we're going to have rich, sweet chocolate and brown sugar flavors that mingle in perfect balance with the bold rye spiciness. Now, I can attest to the spiciness of this particular whiskey. One of my good friends, he calls it jet fuel. Mark, if you're out there, I'd love to get the rest of that bottle that you keep talking about. The boundless finish lingers with hints of cherries, cloves, and a bit of smokiness. It's rated a 97.5 by Jim Murray. So this is uncut and unfiltered. It ages for nearly a decade, allegedly. So I don't have any proof of that, but in my research, that's kind of what seems to be the ongoing theme for this particular bottling. Awards. So in 2021, Best in Class. 2021 also Tastemaster American Whiskey Masters. 2021 Bronze North American Bourbon and Whiskey Competition. And again in 2021 Silver International Wine and Spirits Competition. If we click on all awards, I mean there's a lot of them. I'm not going to go through all of them, but it's definitely won some awards. So why don't we go ahead and get into the nosing and the taste of this guy and see what we think. Really good color on this one, and as soon as you pour it, you can definitely get the sense that this is a full-bodied, full-flavored, in-your-face whiskey, and I'm here for it. I love that kind of stuff. Man, I guess I'd call that a dark amber, dark gold, copper, somewhere in that range. I'm not great with with the colors. As far as whether or not they add any type of color, I don't think so. I don't think you can do that to bourbon. That's a Scotch thing, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, then comment below and let me know. Man, the legs on this thing. I don't know if you're picking that up or not, but my gosh. Okay guys, we are back. The viscosity's there. I mean, I can almost taste the sugar in my mouth right now. I'm excited. Let's get into the nose. Caramel spice. Definitely some vanilla. Cherry on the back end. Man, it doesn't back you out of the glass like you would think. I think I mentioned vanilla. Maybe some allspice. Let's give it a taste. There is certainly a lot going on there. It's mouth coating. The viscosity is there. So, I mean, it's a full-bodied whiskey. So those of you that have enough experience with different types of whiskey, some are light and just kind of, you get a little bit of something on the front end and it kind of just quickly dissipates. This one doesn't. Even I've been sitting here for a few seconds and it's still on my tongue. Just lots of full flavor. You know, there's some spice to it. There's heat. I'm not going to lie. So if you're not a foolproof kind of person, then this may not be for you, or you need to put some ice with it or a couple drops of water, something like that to calm it down a little bit. I happen to like that kind of deal. You know, I like the punch you in the face kind of whiskey. And this, I mean, that's what this one is. So back to the, the flavors. I'm picking up some cherry on the back end, almost like a chocolatey, like a dark chocolate with cherry. Kind of has that bitterness, but bitterness that you like. It's pretty complex. Once you get past the heat, you get the vanillas, the caramels, typical bourbon type of notes. I think that the whiskey is helped by the proof. So I think that higher proof helps deliver more flavor with this particular bottle. So it's definitely rich, almost like a dessert whiskey, if there's such a thing. That's kind of what I would think of. And usually when I talk about a whiskey that almost tastes like a dessert whiskey, it means that it's full flavor, it's rich, it has the brown sugar, it has the chocolate notes, and the dark fruits, that kind of thing. In the tasting notes on the website, it says I should be getting some cloves and smokiness. Maybe a little bit on the nose, but smokiness, I don't know, man. Of course, I'm a big fan of Islay Scotches, so to me that's smoky. This, I mean, maybe I'm getting some char from the barrel, and perhaps that's what they mean by smoky notes. So yeah, that's kind of what we have here. This is a bottle I would love to be able to keep in my bar, but in my collection, I just can't seem to not drink it. It's really, really, really good. And like I said earlier, there's nothing wrong with putting this over some ice. As a matter of fact, I do that from time to time. I think it gives it a different dimension. Some whiskeys that are foolproof, you put ice on it or water and it just kills it and makes it flat. This one, to me, handles water pretty well. It handles ice very well. So I would encourage you to try it, different ways and see what you think. Again, if you don't mind, just go ahead and subscribe to this page. Click the bell, so that way you get notified whenever I upload a new video. It really helps out this channel a lot, and it kind of helps me keep making content for you guys. So appreciate all the support, and we're going to keep on rocking and rolling, so we'll see you next time.